doing today? My name is John. I go by J&B Sunny Thrift on YouTube. I sell on eBay, Poshmark, Whatnot, Depop, with my main sales coming from eBay. But I do cross lifts on Nifty, so if you don't have Nifty, you definitely need to get Nifty. It is awesome. It has helped my business tremendously. Yeah, but we're going to get into what sold this week. Yeah, it is August 8th today. Wow, time's flying by. We're almost in quarter four. And you're going to see a theme. I think you're going to see a theme. Now, you're not going to see all my sales, because some of my sales, I sold things for $16, $17. And I know that's not everyone's what they want to see or what they want to do, right, and sell in their business. And I completely understand. So what I put together was things that sold for $20 or more, and just things that I'm seeing that are in demand, that are flying off the shelves. And that's what I'm saying. I think you're going to see a theme, and I think you're going to want to see this. And know this if you don't know already. Now, if you are a reseller who's been doing this for probably longer than me, you're already going to know this stuff, right? But if you're a newer reseller, you're trying to figure out what's selling right now, what you should be doing, all right? Just a little hint, summer is coming to an end. Kids are going back to school, and fall stuff is starting to sell. I'm seeing it right now. So get your fall stuff ready. And also, things that have been slowly selling and selling a little bit more, you're going to see it in this video. So definitely want to stick around and see this stuff. And just see what you should be picking up right now, in my opinion, right? So I've been a full-time reseller. Okay, I've been a full-time reseller for 3 months now, 4 months now, something like that. But I do have a job. I haven't been doing the job because it's during the summer, and I work at a school. I'm a teacher. This week, school started. So I am back in the classroom. But I still consider myself full-time reseller because I put full-time work into my reselling business. Yes, I do. And I hire someone. I wasn't going to go back to work being a teacher, but I hired someone. My business was doing good enough to where I could hire someone, so I did. And it's not like I hired someone and I'm paying them $1 billion, right? It's my wife's sister. She just needed a little extra cash, so she takes pictures and lists things for me, and I'm not paying her $1 bazillion, right? But she's getting what she wants, and I'm getting what I need. And I was able to say, you know what? She took a lot of load off me. I can actually go back to being a teacher still, and things are still going to be going okay, and I can still keep growing my eBay business and hopefully be a teacher for 1 more year and hopefully get out and have these numbers a little bit better, right? Because right now, they're not exactly where I wanted to be, but is anyone exactly where they want to be? I mean, hopefully, you're always pushing for more. I know I am. So let's go ahead and get into what sold. We're going to check out my numbers to start. Yes, and we're going to check them out through Nifty. So right here, you can see I only listed 72 items this week. Not what I want to do, not how much I want to list. How much is that? 7 days. I don't know how much that equates to. That's like 10 point something, right? In 7 days. So 10 items a day. I mean, it's okay. I want to do more. But hey, still was getting like 10 items a day out, and I sold 65. So my sell-through rate right now is at 90% for this week. Whoa. That is awesome. Okay, so that tells me that even just listing 10 items a day, I'm still pushing. I'm still getting things sold. So I'm okay with that, right? Now, 10 items a day isn't going to be growing my store. Obviously, you can tell it didn't really grow. I didn't really grow my store this week, right? I kept it about the same. As many listings went in, pretty much the same. Many listings went out. So my number of this, I want to hit. There's a certain amount of number I want to get my store to, and it's not quite there. I want to get to over 1,000 listings, but listing 10 items a day, I'm just not going to be able to do it with the sell-through rate, which I'm not mad at. If I'm going to keep doing this and selling 90% sell-through rate, how can you be mad at that? I don't know. I mean, maybe someone would be, but I'm not. I'm not mad at that. So 72 listed, 65 sold. Really good week in sell-through rate. Now, let's see. Yeah, so my total revenue was $1,488, and my profit was $1,034. Okay, and the total profit is cost of goods, taking out what I spent on those items sold, shipping from like eBay, the shipping fees and all the other fees, the promoted listing, all that, everything taking out. This is what I was able to bring back to me in my account, right? So let's go ahead and go through these numbers through like marketplaces. So Poshmark, 4 sales this week. Poshmark isn't my strongest, but it does fine. An extra $93 a week. I mean, how could you be mad at that, right? It's an extra $100 in my pocket. Depop is always number 2 for me. Depop is great. Almost $500 for Depop. 23 items sold. Really good. Obviously, eBay is my number 1. $918 and 36 sold on there. Now, Whatnot, I haven't done any live shows in a weeks, maybe a month, right? But I have active listings on there. Now, I maybe sell 2, like this week, maybe 2 items a week, but still extra $40 from there. Cool, right? And 2 items, not bad, right? And I use Nifty, like I said before, so it's easy just to list them over there. So if I get $40 a week, right, I'm okay with that. Whatever, 2 items, cool. Yeah, and but yeah, so there that is. As we can come down, top selling brands this week: Under Armour. I sold 4 Under Armour things. That's kind of crazy, actually. Yeah. I think that's the first time Under Armour has been number 1 in my store, so in a week. That's pretty crazy. Polo Ralph Lauren's usually up there, right? I sell a lot of Polo Ralph Lauren. It sells for me. I love Polo Ralph Lauren. If I see Polo Ralph Lauren for a good price, I'm picking it up. Nike is always up there. I love Nike. Nike stuff sells like that. Maybe not for a bazillion dollars, but it sells. And if you don't know about me, I like getting things, selling them quick, and I don't need to make $1 million off them, right? If I make $10 on something, perfect. Right? I'm okay with that, right? Maybe you're not. That's okay. You have your own. It's your business. You run it how you want to. This is how I do it, right? If I make $8 to $10 on something, I'm happy about it, right? As long as it sells quick, right? I don't want to make $8 to $10 and it's sat for 2 years. I don't want that, right? But if I get something and sell it within a week and make $8 on it, I'm okay with that. Next is Next Level. I couldn't even tell you. Next Level apparel, probably just t-shirts. That's what I'm guessing. Band t-shirt, probably. All right, Lacoste. Lacoste is usually up there for me. I only sold 2, which usually I feel like I sell a little bit more in a week, but that's okay. As you look at my top selling categories, t-shirt is number 1. Polos, casual button-ups. What is this? It's just regular shirts. Just regular shirts, I think. Yeah. But as you see, something's creeping in here that hasn't been in there. Hoodies and sweatshirts. Okay? Hoodies and sweatshirts. So what's that telling me? Fall's coming. People are starting to buy that stuff now, right? So it's creeping its way into my top category. So we definitely need to be on the lookout for that stuff and be probably listing your fall stuff, right? Be listing that stuff. All right, cool. So yeah, those are my numbers. This is all done on Nifty. I love Nifty. I've said it, this is probably my 4th time saying it because I love it so much. So if you aren't on Nifty to cross list, I would do it. I would take the leap. If you haven't done it yet, I would do it. All right. So let's go ahead and get started with item number 1. Item number 1 is a Lacoste polo. All right, this is a cool green and yellow. It's an ugly colors. But I just knew it would sell because it is ugly, right? I feel like a lot of ugly things sell quickly for me. It actually took a month, so not that quick, but a month isn't too bad. For $21. And I meant to tell you this, everything that in here, my average cost of goods ranges between $2 to like $4.50, somewhere around in that range, right? It never goes above 5 for sure, and it never dips below 2. It's hardly in the 2s, but sometimes it is. But usually it's in that range, $2 to $4.50. All right. And I calculate my cost of goods is every time I go somewhere, before I do anything else, I calculate or count how many stuff I bought, what was the total price, and I get the average price that way. You can do it however you want. That's how I do it. It just seems it's easier. I put it on my phone, so I'm able to put it into Nifty. When I list it, there's a cost of goods area, put how much I spent on it, boom, it's in there, and it calculates it for me. Okay, so if you want, you can, like I always say in all my videos, you can just think that I spent $4 on each item if you want to. Now, some of these items I only spent $2 on them, right? But you can just say I spent $4 on each item, so there we go. Got that out of the way. All right, next. That was Cooler Coast. Perfect. Let's go to the next one here. Polo Ralph Lauren. All right. I wanted to stop putting Polo Ralph Lauren in here because I put so much of it in here, but this one I put in there because I just always want to hit home on this right here, 3XB. All right. Those bigger, if you don't sell Polo Ralph Lauren and stuff, I get it. Okay. Excuse me. But if you find a Polo Ralph Lauren and it's a 3XL, 3XLB, all right, anything like that, I would pick it up, you guys. I would. Look, it's sold in 2 days, right? It sold 2 days for $24. Those big sizes sell really, really good and fast, right? And fast. Those Polo Ralph Lauren sell so quick when they have those big sizes. Those 3XB, the 4XLT, right? Even the 2XLT, right? Definitely be on the lookout for those. If you see them, I would pick them up if they're a good price. I mean, $24. How could you beat that? Next. All right, next, Depop order. We got selling Robert Graham over on Depop. I'm still surprised after all these months I'm able to sell this stuff over there, but I shouldn't be. A lot more people are shopping at Depop now, not just the Y2K bros or the vintage bros, right? A lot of people are going to Depop to buy stuff now, not just eBay. So you should be cross-listing on Depop, I'm just saying, right? Robert Graham, just a cool Robert Graham. You know Robert Graham. If you are familiar with reselling, you know Robert Graham stuff. There's the label, a little crazy label. I haven't ran into one that looked like that before. But yeah, just nice colorway. Robert Graham for $23 on Depop. And Depop fees are amazing. So, yeah. Next. North Face on Depop, right? North Face, just one of those little red jumpers. There it is. I don't think it's a full zip, right? I think it's just one of those quarter zips. Yeah, just a little quarter zip. North Face. But what was I saying? There's a theme, all right? The theme is jackets, quarter zips, flannels, stuff like that. Fall's coming. People are starting to look for their fall stuff, right? Yeah, $22 on Depop. Awesome. All right, Arizona State. Now, as I'm saying that, your golf polos, your Hawaiian t-shirts are still going to sell right this second, okay? So if you got any sitting around, hurry up and list them. You got to get them out now. Get them out right now. Or they're going to be sitting for a while, probably, right? But they are still selling at this moment. So hurry up and get them out, all right? Maybe this will be that motivation to push you to get those things out. All right, Arizona State Sun Devils. I live in Arizona, so I come across ASU and U of A stuff all the time. This is a really cool one though. Arizona State, Aloha, Tommy Bahama, right? Just cool Tommy Bahama, right? $26. Now here's the other theme you're gonna see. What is happening? I know I've been saying it. Now is craziness on. You're gonna see the theme right now that I keep talking about. Obviously, sweatshirts, hoodies, stuff like that are starting to sell. That's a theme, but also college. college stuff is selling and NFL stuff. All right. But that's because what's coming up. We got to know that stuff. All right, here's a sweatshirt on Depop for $38. A little Silk Sonic, Bruno Mars. What is Anderson? Yeah, Anderson .Paak. I love Bruno Mars, Anderson .Paak when they come together. They make the greatest music ever. They bring me back to not my time, I guess my parents, I don't know. But I still listen to that kind of music. And when they came up with that stuff, oh my gosh, I love their music. It just brings me back into the day, right? But when I see their stuff, probably going to sell pretty good. And it did. A little sweatshirt for $38 on Depop. Holy crap, we take that. Next. All right. Travis Matthew, new with tags, golf pants. Okay. $31 on Poshmark. Brand new with tags though. Okay. I don't know. I probably would, if they were a good price, I would pick them up. They're pre-owned, but they were brand new with tags. I had to pick them up. Yeah. On Poshmark, I got that sale. That's pretty cool. Travis Matthew golf pants. All right, Patagonia. Like I said, this stuff is still selling. Your hiking, your short sleeve button-ups are still selling right now, but they're only for a short amount of time are they going to be selling. So get them posted. All right, Patagonia, Depop, sold it for $28. It's that seersucker material. Really good. Love picking up Patagonia stuff. I pick it up. I love it. It sells always sells quick for me. All right, here's another ASU theme. College is starting. Ping Arizona golf polo 2XL. I think that's what helped this as well. I'm not a big Ping guy. I don't pick up a lot of Ping polos. They don't really do too well for me. But you mix it with a college and it's a 2XL. $20 sale on Poshmark. Pretty good. Next, all right, Polo Ralph Lauren. I just love this. I would never wear it, but those colors, when I saw it in the Goodwill that I went to, I just love those colors on that. So, but yeah, only 18 bucks, but they sold that day. So the day I posted them is the same day it sold. I think I had it listed for $24, right? But I took an offer because why wouldn't I, right? I paid $4 for it and it's going to sell in one day. So I pick it up, list it, and sell it within a couple hours. Yeah, I'm going to take that and I'm going to run with it, right? It's free money. And it didn't have to take up any space in my inventory. I literally got it, took a picture, had it folded to put into my inventory, and it sold. So I just took it out, packaged it up, and it's on its way, right? For 18 bucks. I'm telling you guys, and it's only an XL. Polo Ralph Lauren sells, you guys. It's picking up. If it maybe like 6 months ago it wasn't doing too well, well, guess what? It is. Polo Ralph Lauren used to be like this, then it started coming down. All of a sudden, it's back on the rise, guys. It's back on the rise. All right, here's an Under Armour, a little Wounded Warrior project, right? So it's just a regular Under Armour loose. I wouldn't have picked this up, all right? Don't think that Under Armour just sells amazingly. It doesn't, right? It needs to be a certain kind, like an ISO Chill, Playoff Polo, and even those don't sell amazingly sometimes, right? There needs to be something else with it. Now this right here, I thought it was cool. It had that Wounded Warrior project on there. So I looked it up and the Wounded Warrior stuff actually does pretty well. So I picked it up. And yeah, there it is. Sold on eBay for $20. Awesome. This was a good one. Travis Scott, when I picked this up, I knew it was going to be good. It's Travis Scott. It was the Astro World on the back. I can't get to it right now. I can if I pull up the other pictures, but just take my word for it. On the back, it had the whole tour of the Astro World. If you don't know, Astro World was a big tour that Travis Scott put on. A lot of things happened at Astro World. We're not going to get into it, but yeah, this Travis Scott Astro World stuff sells really well. And it was just a cool horse head graphic. That one's a really rare one. You don't really see that one too much. Sold it for $38, you guys. And it was a small. Great, right? You see that horse head? All right, that's Travis Scott. Pick it up. All right, next. Oregon Ducks. Here's that theme, right? College Nike Polo, Oregon Ducks, dry fit on field, $25 on eBay. I mean, look at that thing. Now, something with Oregon though that I've noticed. Okay, not all Oregon Ducks things sell unless they're Nike. All right, Oregon Ducks and Nike go hand in hand. All right, so if you get an Oregon Ducks something and it's not Nike, it's probably not going to sell for that much. All right, Oregon Ducks is known with Nike, so they go hand in hand. Okay, so people that want Oregon Ducks things, they want it to be Nike because that's what Oregon Ducks is known for, right? They've been known for that forever. All their stuff is Nike, and it has been for a while. All right, so see Oregon Ducks, make sure it's Nike. That's what I want to tell you there. $25 though on that polo. It sat for a little bit, but hey, college is starting. People are starting to get their college stuff now. This is so cool, you guys. So a lot of you guys may know if you've been with me for a little bit now. My wife does amazing work. We buy band shirts and flannels, and we create, or she creates, really cool band flannels. I mean, look at this Misfits, right? This is my wife's doing. This was a plain Misfit shirt with a plain flannel. She cut the Misfit out, right? And not only, hey, I'm so sorry about my dog over here squeaking. No, we are not doing that right now. Go. God, how long was she squeaking for? Hopefully not. It's like out of sight, out of mind for me. Hopefully it wasn't too long, right? But yeah, so this Misfits sold. Trying to find. Oh, here we go. So if you can see in this picture, I don't know if you can see it, but she also did the front. You see that little hit? That was on the t-shirt, and she cut that out and even put that on the front. Right? So that's really cool. I thought that was really cool touch. You can see a little bit better there. And there it is there, right? And then there's that patchwork she did. She just sews it on, put it like a little adhesive in the back to make it really nice, and it's going to last a long time. She puts a lot of work into these. She doesn't use a sewing machine. She actually hand sews it to make sure it's like really strong. Like, she is amazing at it, right? She puts a lot of work into it. But still, $38 on Depop. Really cool Misfits one. I wanted it. It just wasn't my size. It was a little too small. But hey, that is freaking awesome. So yeah, if you're looking to adventure into other things, this is definitely an option. Next, another Depop. All right, here we go. Utah. Just a long sleeve button up, like crazy, but it's at Utah College, right? Hey, $26, you guys. Yes, college things are selling, and they're selling for premium right now. So if you find college stuff, get it, right? Foo Fighters, okay, only sold for $19, but great. Foo Fighters is a band. That's why I put it on here. Foo Fighters stuff sells all the time. Foo Fighters has like a cult following. A lot of people love Foo Fighters and they want their stuff, right? And they're constantly touring, I feel like. So people are always trying to get their stuff because they're going to their concerts. So yeah, and this was, it was a large. Yeah, so nothing crazy about it. Nothing on the back of this either. Okay, but for $20, Foo Fighters, Poshmark, awesome. All right, this is for my little Y2K bros. Extreme Couture. Look at that graphic. And then there's the back. That graphic was pretty cool, but Extreme Couture sells great on Depop. $27. Awesome. All right, next, NFL, right? What did I say? NFL stuff, college things are starting to sell, and jackets and fall things. Here you go, all in one. Little Seattle Seahawks, quarter zip pullover. Look at that thing. Nothing crazy. I think it was even just an NFL team apparel, right? Nothing crazy, but NFL is starting, you guys. Preseason has started. People are looking for their NFL gear right now. So if you have that stuff, start listing it now. $23. Perfect. All right. Another NFL, right? This is on Whatnot, right? On one of my active listings. Sorry, my dog really wants that toy. So the men's Reebok, it's Chicago Bears, but the cool part is it is vintage. It is that Brian Urlacher. If you know football, you know Brian Urlacher, right? you find Chicago Bear stuff always does good, but you put an Urlacher on there, that's like their linebacker, right? That is Chicago Bears linebacker. And I love Brian Urlacher too. $30, you guys. And it even had some marks, some fading on there. It wasn't stitched on, nothing, just printed on a Reebok, right? Nothing crazy, but it's Brian Urlacher, you guys. You gotta know players. All right, next, college, Nike, golf, BYU Cougars. Yeah, $26. I'm telling you guys, college stuff is selling for a premium right now. And fall things are selling. As you can see, $21 for this Peanuts sweatshirt. It is a cool little print. Look at that. Front, and did it go to the back? It even went to the sleeves. Let's see. Oh, no, it didn't go to the back. Yeah, it had a little mark there. But for $21, right? Sold on Depop. Little Peanuts fall action with sweater. I mean, you guys, take this as a sign to start listing your fall stuff right now. Peter Millar. I mean, Peter Millar is going to probably sell all year round, right? So $28 for this Peter Millar. Really cool colorway on this. Look at those colors, but also Main Gate. Now, Main Gate is a horse racing, right? So horse racing stuff does really well. There's a country club on there with the horse. It's just a crazy Peter Millar with the 2 sleeve hits. But that Main Gate right there is horse racing. Horse racing stuff does really well for me. Horse racing is pretty much all year round, right? You find it on a Peter Millar, you pick it up, you guys. You have to. It's $28 on Depop, right? Yeah. All right, next, it's vintage Pebble Beach quarter zip, right? Really, really cool color blocks on there. Thought it would sell for a little bit more, but it sold in 2 days, so can't be mad at it. It's really nice. The more I look at it, I wish it was my size because I would have kept it and I would have wore it during the winter months here in Arizona when I went golfing. That would have been perfect because it wasn't too thick, right? It was just right. Nice. I love those colors on that though, but it wasn't my size. All right, next, eBay sale, Under Armour. Here's that Under Armour, okay, but here's that ISO Chill, which helps it, right? Helps it out, but what really helped it out was the all-over floral print, as you can see there, right? Nice little flowers on there. White Under Armour shirt, had all the things for it, an XL, right? So all that is good stuff for $23, right? So like I said, even though it had all that stuff going for it, it still only sold for $23, which I'm happy for. Don't get me wrong, right? And it sold. It took a little bit to sell, but hey, I'm happy about it, right? Under Armour is not the best brand, but we work with it. All right, Good Mythical Morning. I love GMM. If you don't know what Good Mythical Morning is, it is a YouTube show. Me and my family, every dinner, we watch GMM together. That's like our when we're hanging out and eating dinner together. That's what we bond over during dinner, is watching GMM. It is hilarious. They are awesome guys. They do just great things. I've always watched them, but I got my family hooked on them now too. Good Mythical Morning is awesome. There's a little Good Mythical Morning plug. You're already on YouTube. If you don't know who they are, just go check them out, right? They're awesome. But here's one of their hoodies they sell, and if there's the logo, that's what you'll see. That's a G right there, MM, and there's like a little flames. That's the Good Mythical Morning. Their stuff sells pretty good. $25 for this hoodie, right? And it's a crazy lime green and black, but it still sold them great. But yeah, Good Mythical Morning. Love them. This was so cool, right? Not my size, or I probably would have kept it, but this vintage Fremont Hotel, Las Vegas, you know, Fremont Street. This is the hotel and casino there in Fremont Street. Really cool, like satin bomber jacket. Look at that thing. That thing is beautiful, right? $30, you guys, right? And that's awesome. I love that. And on the front, it had like that same Fremont right here on the like chest area. It was so cool. It's so cool. When I saw that, I had to get it. Yeah, good thing I did. All right, next, a little Naruto like collar, jacks, full zip, right? Nothing crazy, but it sold for $23 on Depop. Sold quickly too. I think I posted that, and within the day it sold. But yeah, fall stuff, you guys. Fall. List your fall things. Start right now. Next, all right, baseball season is still going, and here is a youth Chicago Cubs jersey. Sold for $23 on Depop. Baseball season is still going, so if you have baseball stuff, better get it up now. All right, Comfort Colors. This is just a brewery, right? A really cool graphic. God, it's really hard to see, but yeah, just a little brewery, Sea Dog Brewery. Nothing crazy, but it just had a cool graphic on it. The Comfort Colors, $23, you guys. Brewery shirts, some of them do really well. So when you see a brewery shirt with a cool logo, look it up, and especially if it's on the Comfort Colors. People like the Comfort Colors shirts, so look it up. All right, next, Daughtry. Oh, here's that next level, one of those next level shirts that I was talking about. All right, but this is Daughtry. You know, they're okay. I like Daughtry a little bit, whatever. But hey, I'm gonna sell it because Daughtry stuff sells pretty well. $23 on Depop. All right, I don't think it had anything on the back. Yeah, nothing on the back, just the front. Little Daughtry. Why not? For $23 on Depop. All right, next, really cool O'Neal motocross jersey. Nothing crazy, just had like the blue and black with the white O'Neal, right? Sold for $23, right? Not all motocross jerseys like that are created equally, so definitely look them up when you find them. But like this O'Neal didn't do too bad. 23 bucks. I think the colorway kind of helped it. But like when you find like a Fox, a cool Fox one, that'll probably sell well. But look them up, okay? Look them up. Definitely look them up when you find them. But not all of them will sell great. All right. But when you look them up, one other thing, when you look up motocross, some brands like this O'Neal brand, not everything sells good there. But look for like the crazy designs. Like this kind of had a crazy design, so I knew it would sell a little bit better than some of the other ones that were just plain, right? So look at it, and if they had that little pad on the elbow, right? So when you see that pad on the elbow, it usually gives it a little couple more dollars to it, right? And make sure you put it in there, padded, right? Padded dirt bike shirt. Make sure you put that in there, that it is there, and make sure they can see it in the pictures, right? So they know, okay, it has that. Some people are looking for that. All right, and that's it, you guys. That's all. Whoa, that's all she wrote. Hopefully you guys got something out of this, and if anything that you got, you need to start listing your fall stuff and your college things and your NFL stuff. And baseball season's still happening. List your baseball stuff. Get all that stuff listed right now. And if you have a pile of golf polos, before you even do any of that other stuff, just list them real quick. Just get them up, because you might get lucky and get a couple of those sold, because summer is coming to an end. The golf polo season is coming to an end, sadly, right? I love selling golf polos. It's so easy, but it is coming to an end. Now, will golf polos sell year round? Yes, like especially here. I live in Arizona. I buy golf polos year round for me, right? But that's just one state, right? You only have a couple of those states where golf is like year round, right? And even, well, during the summer, it's not. I mean, that's our downtime in Arizona, right? So for golf. But yeah, list your summer things right now, your tank tops. Get them out. You might get the sale. You might get it. Don't hold on to it for next summer. Just let it get on there. And then if it happens to sit for a year, it was going to sit in a pile for a year anyways. Just at least it's listed, right? So next year, you'll probably, right before summer starts, they'll probably sell it, right? So that's all I had to tell you. You guys are awesome. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it a lot. All right, we're growing this channel slowly, but it's going to keep growing because you guys are awesome. And what will help me is if you guys just put a like, and if you have any questions or like to just say something nice, or if you hate me and you want to say something mean, I don't care. Put it in the comments. I'll get back to you if you got a question or whatever. Follow me on Instagram. Do all those things. You guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.